Hi guys, so I have here Aprilaire model 500M made in USA humidifier. So I'm today going to try to put this over onto my furnace. My furnace is Trane XL80. So opening the box, they have given me, here is the control. Pretty simple, not much fancy stuff. And they have a form, so it goes inside. I think it may have a sensor somewhere, so it detects something. Then there are parts in here, and then there's a transformer. Transformer is basically to convert 120 volt supply from our electric mains to 24 volt. Then we have a template here, and finally our humidifier, which basically sends the water from the top. The water gets sucked into the air that goes on, and then the water goes into the air and it humidifies your whole house. So as the next step, here is our XL80 humidifier, XL80 Trane humidifier. I'm gonna basically put the humidifier over here. It will go to the bypass. The bypass will connect over there, and yeah, that's the plan. Now my humidifier is big enough so this thing gets in between. So what I'm going to do is that I noticed that this thing is basically not a load bearing, because there is nothing on top of it which is leaning on it. You can see there's a big gap between the metal structure over there and the this wooden structure. So basically it is just not doing anything. It's just maybe a fancy stop, or maybe just to stop the buckling of the door, maybe connected to the floor. But I think I can still safely cut this portion out so that my humidifier can fit snug in. And then I'm planning to take the water supply either from my water heater or from my washer dryer, which is connected over here. It has two pipes over there, so they say prefer to have a hot water, but you can also take cold water. So I'll take the supply from there, and then I have my drainage here. So the water that will come out from there, I will get it drained out to this drainage. Now for the electrical circuit, we have to take out this thing. Let me take this out. So this is XL80. Usually what happens is that you pick this up and that it goes out, but for some reason it is very stuck in here. So what I'm doing is that I'm taking these nuts out from the top so that I'm able to take it out. So first of all, I'll get this. So I already loosened the nuts. So oh. Okay, so the nuts are out, and now I can take this one out. So just to give you a brief little introduction of the furnace, how the furnace works. So this is basically an inducer motor. So you can see here there's a air supply actually comes from here. There's a filter down over there. It goes in here, and the air goes out from there to the whole house. In between, the gas is burned in the combustion chamber, and this pipe basically is the exhaust pipe. Whatever gas is produced, this exhaust takes it out to the chimney. Inside what happens is that whatever is the burning gases, they go in a radiator fashion kind of a thing, and the air that is coming out from here, going out from there, it heats up that air so that air goes over there. But the combustible batches, the gases are not healthy. They are not good for health, so they are exhausted out. So That's the basic principle of furnace. And this inducer motor basically picks up all the gases that have been burnt out and sends it out through the exhaust pipe to the chimney. And below it, inside here, there will be a blower motor that basically sucks in the air from the inlet and sends it over to the whole house through the radiator, which gets heated over there. And I'll now pick this one out to show also you the blower motor. So basically that thing you see over there, that's a blower motor. Now coming from the top, I'll tell each part. That is, like, this is the inducer motor. These are switches basically. So these switches are basically safety mechanism. So what happens is that when the gases start burning, before they start burning, it needs to have some pressure built in. So this switch does not let the gases on until that exact pressure is there. So these switches are for that. Then this is your gas valve. So you see the gas comes in from here. This is, you can close your gas from here. The gases come here. When it notices that it is up time, the pressure is built correct using these switches, the gases are let in from here. So this is a pipe that goes in here. This pipe has basically holes in there. So there are 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 holes blow the gas into these little holes, and inside there is an ignition plug which ignites it, and then the gases produces heat, and heat goes to a radiator kind of a thing that heats up the air. And then there are some more switches over here. You see the switches over here. These are basically so that another safety mechanism, so that if the temperature is not there, if the temperature is building up more, then it switches off. Then there is another one big part over here that detects the flame. So this thing is basically an L-shaped. So it detects like whether the gases are burning. Like if suppose the flame is not on, flame is not burning, but the gases are still going in, it will detect it and it will make the furnace go off. So lots of safety mechanism that goes in there. Then this thing goes to your control panel, and below it, and also on the side, let me put some light in here. Okay, so on the side, this thing is your transformer. So this basically converts the 120 volt that is coming in into 24 volt. And then here, this is the capacitor for the blower motor. And in here you can see the electrical circuit. W1, W2 is for the 2-stage furnace, but right now you can see they have been jumped through a small wire, so they are right now it is working as 1 stage. Y is for cooling, R is for heating, G and B, I'm a little bit not sure whether G is usually for fan, and C is usually for common, but they put B. So B is, I think, common, G is for fan, but I could be wrong. Because I'm not an electrical guy, I'm not an HVAC guy, I'm just a software engineer, trying to figure out things, trying to do it my own way, because HVAC would have costed me too much to install this humidifier, so I'm doing it all by myself, because I'm very poor. Okay guys, as the next step, I'll get my multimeter, and I have put the tape around here on the switch. Actually this switch is there also as a safety mechanism. Your cover goes on top of it, and only when your cover is on, the whole system will start, otherwise it is off. So to make the whole system on, I have just put a tape in there where it keeps on so that I can test with my multimeter. So here is my multimeter. I'm gonna, it's a little difficult with the one hand. So here is our blue, B and R. So let me put my multimeter in here so that you can see it here. So I'm putting the B and R. B and R, and I'm getting 26.4. Putting the G and R, I'm still getting 26.3. And if I put my G and B, I was expecting the fan is on and I should get voltage, but I'm not getting any voltage. So that's quite interesting. So that was my original plan. But connecting R and B, it will be always 26.4 even if the field is off. And if I connect like W2 and common, I get 26.2 volt. That's good. Y is for cold, I will touch that. So that's it. So that thing I had tested with my heat on and the fan on, not on auto. Fan was on, so that the fan goes on. I can test the thing. Now I have made heat off and the fan off. So if I go W2 RG, I got 0 because I have made the heat off. Heat is not on, gas is not blowing. So W2 connected with the B is giving 0, and G connected with B is giving 0, and again you can see W2 connected to B is giving 0. So my plan is W2 connected with B. Whenever the heat is on, it gives me 24 volts. 26.2 is almost same as like 24 volts. And if the heat is off and the gas is not going on, then basically I get 0 volt. So that's my plan, that whenever the gas goes on and the heat is blowing, it is heating it up, my humidifier start and it stops automatically as soon as it is off. Why I'm doing this is that because coming to this humidifier has a solenoid valve in here. So this solenoid valve is a 24 volt. So basically what I want to do is that this solenoid valve basically runs the water. And I have seen all around the comments on the internet, people complaining that the water is getting wasted a lot. Because the water is constantly running whenever all the time. So basically I attribute this to the wrong instruction given on this manual. This states that you connect it directly to your R and B connection, so it will always give 26.4 volt whether the thing is on or off. Because even if I go right now, you can see, let me get the switch on. You will see even right now I connect to the R terminal and the B terminal, I get 24 volt. So again, yes, it's difficult to do it with one hand. Okay, so you see I get 28 volt even if the fan is not blowing and there is nothing blowing in the heat chamber, in the combustion chamber. Sorry about my terminology, I'm not an HVAC guy. So it means the water will keep on running. The solenoid valve will be open all the time the furnace is on. And that's going to waste a lot of water, because that water will be just going into the drain without doing anything. And we know during the summertime we don't use furnace is off all the time. but it will still keep on draining the water, and I don't want that. I just want that whenever my gas is blowing and the house is getting heated up, my water should run through the humidifier only at that point of time. So I'm gonna connect W1 or W2 with B, so that whenever it detects that because when they are both are connected, the electricity will flow only when the gas is on, and that will indicate to my solenoid valve. It will open up the solenoid valve at that point of time, and the water will go in, and the humidifier will be functioning during that time only. So guys, I have cut the groove in here so that my Aprilaire humidifier can snug in fit into this, and I have also used my template, and then I marked out the template. So basically you place your spirit level like this, make sure the bubble is in the middle. I first made a line out by putting this spirit level, then I put the template over there, and then I marked it out. It is a little bit easier. And also instead of taking the connection from the top over there from the water line, what I did was that I already had a tab that was connecting to my washer dryer. So I just put one adapter in front of it that bifurcates the line into two, and I connected one line to the washer, and the other line I have put up another adapter over there, which will convert the water supply into a 1/4 inch pipe that we need, that needs to be connected to the solenoid. Yep. So guys, I have cut the stencil, and then I have made a hole, and then this thing directly fits on the hole. So you can see it here. Right now I haven't screwed it in place, but I have just placed it, and it just fits right in. So now I'm gonna put some machine screws into it to hold it tight. So now I'm gonna put this start at the duct start in here. So here is my Aprilaire. This I'm gonna put here, and then this will be connected by this duct over to here. So to put it here, I have taken a stencil which is exactly as this size, and then I put it here, and then I have traced it out using pencil so that I can then cut it using my aviator snippers. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut out the stencil. Okay, so I have cut this out, and now this part, it goes in easily like this, and it has teeth. You can then bend inside. So I'll show you how it's done. So it goes inside, and then you take it out. So it goes from the hole, then you take it out, and then we basically bend these teeth inside. So first I'll get it out. So I have basically now fixed it. You first take it in, and then you basically push its teeth. There are its teeth inside, and then it just snugs fit into the hole. So, and then I have connected my water connection pipe all the way to the solenoid valve. So it's behind here. Let's see if you can get it. Yeah, glimpse of it. Yeah. So basically you take this nut out, pass it through the pipe. There's one compression fitting over there. You pass it on the pipe, you put it inside, and then you tighten the nut. That's all you need to do. Yeah. And now I'll go to the next part, connecting the duct. But first I'll need the crimping tool for it, so that this thing I can crimp, and it fits into this. This is already crimped, so this will go directly over it. So one end I don't need to crimp, but other end I need to crimp, and then it goes inside it. So I have now fixed this flexible aluminum duct onto the Aprilaire humidifier, and the other end to the start on the other end. Yeah, so these two both have been connected. Now it's time to connect the electricals and then the drainage. So I have now connected 18 by 2 AWG wire with my solenoid wires with those connectors, and I have run down this wire from here all the way to here, and I have taken out the cover of the furnace. I'm gonna run my wire down from there to the bottom. Okay, so now is the turn for installing the thermostat. So for this you first take out this gasket, then you take out this knob, and then you take out this cover with the clips, and then you have to install this one over there. And before doing that, there's an instruction manual that comes, and it has a template which is here, which you cut out, and then you place it 6 inch above your duct, and then you install it. So now I'm gonna place this template over there and then make a cutout and then cut it out and try to place my thermostat. Okay, I have now cut up the black wire, which is usually the common wire, and joint it to the 2 joint and keep the red wire intact. This is our live wire. I will connect to the furnace. Yeah, now I'm gonna fix it. So I have now connected the thermostat to the furnace and screwed it up, and I'm now gonna put the cap in on there, and then I'm gonna connect the wiring to the furnace. So I have now connected the wires to the furnace, and then I have used zip ties to tie it around, and it goes to the solenoid. Also, I have used the silver duct tape to cover up all the voids, so we do not have any problem of gas leaking somewhere, air leaking somewhere, which can create some non-required gases into the room. So I have put up tape all around. So guys, I have done the complete setup now. You can see the solenoid is connected over there, and this is my humidifier. It has an exhaust pipe that goes all the way down to the drain, and it has a water supply from here which goes from there to the solenoid. The electricity red wire is now connected through the thermostat to all the way to my furnace, and the bypass is connected. Unfortunately, I can't test it right away because the humidity right now in my house is 50% and the maximum here is 45%. And another thing I changed a little bit is that instead of connecting to the burner, I directly connected it over to the main R directly, so it will always have 26.5, means 24 volt always. I changed that from my original plan because I just thought that because we already have one more switch over here, I can always control it for the humidity anytime I want it. So I will just use that switch. Maybe later on I will change it to the whenever the burner gets on. Yeah, so that's a change from the original plan. I think they should put it in their manual as well. So as soon as the humidity now reduce, I will test it. Maybe I will post it in another video. So that's the whole setup being done. Thanks.